Belize, we gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Voice of opinion and place of calling. Be yourself, see yourself, this is a show my people. Belize our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect on selfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes to build a and all the things that must be happen and not got blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Another day is here. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling. Get up, make every day count out. Wasted people, do your part, play around, get where you need to. You can tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait till the time calling? It's not so we no matter even if you're at home. Just call in. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Another day is here. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Everybody gotta put the time in. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Voice of opinion and place your calling. Be yourself, see yourself, this is just show my people. Believe our hopes so to needless reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution, yeah, yeah, yeah. No respect on selfishness and cooperation.
Morning and welcome to Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes for this morning, Friday, June 20th, 2025, from behind the zinc fence in sweet Southside Belize City. Kind of damp, but we wake up with a move, with a yeah. Give thanks. I'm Sister YaYa, Marin, Coleman, holding over for Brother Nuri Muhammad. And it's our time until 9 o'clock this morning. So, on a link in everybody to watch my local channel, XTV Radio, Creme Radio, and on our YouTube, XTV Belize channel, and Facebook, XTV Belize channel. Thank you. Hail up on the people, telling them for we time. Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes from 6:30 until 9 o'clock this morning. The usual lineup, we're going to start off with the weather forecast. We know we really had last night. The forecaster is Shanae Young, and it's been brought to us by the National Meteorological Service of Belize. Then we're going into a first news brief for the morning, brought to us by XTV Newsroom under the leadership of Maricela Maya. Weather time.
Good morning. Moist and unstable easterly airflow prevails over the area. The 24-hour forecast is for mostly cloudy skies today and tonight, with some showers, periods of rain, and a few thunderstorms developing over most areas, but especially over coastal and northern areas. High temperatures today will be 85 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 87 inland, and 74 up in the mountains. Tonight's low temperatures will be 80 degrees Fahrenheit along the coast, 72 inland, and 68 up in the hills. The winds will continue from the east and southeast at 10 to 20 knots with occasional higher gusts, and the sea state will be moderate to rough. A small craft caution remains in effect for occasionally gusty winds and locally rough seas, especially near heavy showers and thunderstorms. Operators of small craft should exercise caution. There will be a low tide at 12:05 this afternoon, followed by a high tide at 6:12 this evening. The moon will set at 1:44 this afternoon and will rise at 1:34 tomorrow morning. The sun will set at 6:29 this evening and will rise at 5:19 in the morning. In the outlook, a few showers, periods of rain, and isolated thunderstorms will continue mainly over northern and coastal areas on Saturday morning, gradually decreasing by Saturday afternoon. In the tropical weather outlook, tropical cyclone formation is not expected during the next 48 hours over the North Atlantic Basin. And this concludes this morning's weather report prepared by the National Meteorological Service. For additional information, kindly visit our website at nms.gov.bz.
The first private radio in Belize since 1989, Creme FM presents the news. informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news.
Belizean consulates in the United States have come under criticism from members of the Diaspora who have stated that the consulates are taking a hands-off approach to the Trump deportations as compared to consulates from other Central American countries who are providing legal and humanitarian support, among others. This includes helping detainees understand their rights and providing legal guidance. Minister of Foreign Affairs Francis Fonseca told us, quote, "Our embassies and consulate offices do provide guidance and support where it is requested and possible. Our offices are small and we can't provide legal advice through those offices, but we do provide support and guidance on where proper legal advice can be obtained," end quote. We had also reached out to the minister about the decision of the Florida consulate not to participate in this year's Belize Diaspora Summit, citing the possibility that the event can become a site for the detention of diaspora Belizeans. He was asked about this yesterday.
Yeah, I'm not aware of that at all. Certainly our instructions to them, if that is the case, our instructions to them will be that they need to participate. I wasn't aware of that. I had heard something mentioned yesterday, but certainly that's not the position of the ministry. Our embassies or consulates across the U.S. and are there to support the efforts of our diaspora. So we certainly expect them to be there to support that initiative, as well as different departments of the government, including the immigration department, will be there to provide services to our Belizeans who are living in that community.
And what services would this be, or what are expected to be?
Well, I think the immigration department has done it, I think, the last 2 years, or certainly last year. And what they do is, of course, process passports, renewals, provide information, advice, that type of thing. Take applications. Some people are applying for, nationality, different things. So they're there to provide full services for those communities. In this case, it's in Florida. So they'll be there to provide whatever services are required to the community.
Former Education Minister Honorable Francis Fonseca is part of the government team that negotiates with the 3 public sector workers' unions. Yesterday, he told the media that the government's negotiating team will make proposals to Cabinet on Tuesday about the way forward. After the Cabinet has made a decision, the junta will then be called to meet.
I'm very hopeful and confident that we will be able to have a positive resolution to what is currently sort of impasse, if you like. But where we are now is that the unions, as you know, have rejected the last offer made by the government of Belize. Our negotiating team, the cabinet subcommittee, met earlier this week to discuss certain proposals that we want to make to cabinet. We will be making those proposals to cabinet on Tuesday of next week, and based on that discussion with cabinet and whatever instructions we are given by the cabinet, then we will be scheduling a meeting with the junta for us to move the process forward in terms of whatever instructions we are given by cabinet. So we're very hopeful that based on our own discussions, that those proposals will be well received, that they will be met with good faith, and that we will have an opportunity for an early resolution of this matter.
Fonseca spoke about the PSU blocking access to PGIA for a short period of time for 2 consecutive days and called it unacceptable. He reiterated that the government has agreed to the 8.5% salary increase for public officers, but said the issue is how the increase will be granted.
In my view, it is very unfortunate, very disappointing that the unions have moved away from the table and are not, resolving these issues in good faith, in a respectful way around the table. So I think, certainly I think the efforts to, close or disrupt activities at the airport, that cannot be acceptable to anyone. That is not in the interest of anybody. It's not in the interest of teachers, public officers, not in the interest of the tourism industry. It's not in the interest of Belize. And certainly from my knowledge of the people around the table in the joint unions who I've worked with for many, many years, these are all good Belizeans who want what's best for Belize. So that was very much out of character with the people I know. And I hope that stops very quickly. We have to keep communicating and making sure that the Belizean people understand that the government of Belize has already agreed to give the 8.5% to the teachers and public officers. So we've already committed to doing that. The issue is, of course, whether it is done in one single payment, one single increase, or if it's done over a period of 3 years or 2 years or that sort of thing. So that I want people to understand that we have already committed to that. There's no question about that. We have already said, listen, we know that the teachers and public officers deserve an increase, but let's try to do it in as responsible a way as possible.
Francis Fonseca also clarified what the government's position on pension reform and retirement age is, as he said there's a lot of misinformation being spread to the public. He said that a proposed change could mean only new hires from a set date could be expected to contribute towards a pension scheme. He said that Belize is the only country in the region with a non-contributory pension scheme, which he said is not feasible.
There's a lot of misinformation out there about pension reform. What we're talking about is new entrants into the public service. So new people coming into the public service, what we want to do is have a agreed upon start date, say for example October of this year, when we will say any person who enters the public service after that date will have to contribute to the pension, will be a part of a contributory pension scheme. Right now we have a non-contributory pension scheme. The only country in the Caribbean and Central America with a non-contributory pension scheme. We are the only country, along with Guyana, that still has the retirement age at 55. You know what the retirement age in Barbados is today? It's 67. That's the retirement age in Barbados. Pension reform for new entrants. Now, in terms of the existing public officers, there's a proposal on the table for specific categories of those officers that has to be worked out in consultation with the unions. So, for example, you might say nobody who has been in the public service for more than 10 years will be affected. That sort of thing has to be discussed and negotiated. So I want to be very clear about that so that people understand the position of the government.
The National Trade Union Congress of Belize yesterday brought together a majority of leaders of its 10-member unions to lay at the feet of the government all that's not right in the labor landscape. They're calling for accountability and for government to honor their commitments and treat the workers right. At its conclusion, President YaYa Wait affirmed their support for all the demands of the joint unions negotiating team and announced a massive rally to be held in Belize City on June 28 to advance those demands.
You will notice we didn't come here today to just share our issues as workers, but to make serious recommendations to ensure good governance and ensure there's transparency and accountability in the use of public funds. When governments spend taxpayers' money equitably, there will be no need for workers on the street agitating for what is duly theirs.
That's right.
As unionists, as workers, you must always remember a fair day's pay for a fair day's work. I will remind you, NTUCB and all, and the two that are not here, all its affiliate unions are in full support of Jones' proposals to the government. its education and public awareness of the issues, and of course, its acts of agitation and industrial action. Lastly, and to close, we are planning a march and rally on the 28th of June right here in Belize City, so mark your calendars. The venue and time will be announced shortly. And this is to allow all workers and the general public to show their solidarity with our teachers, public officers, and workers in general.
It announced that if the government does not end its propaganda ads campaign meant to discredit union leaders, it will file a case at the International Labour Organization.
Government of Belize must immediately cease the politicization of actions taken by union leaders and put an end to the personal attacks on their integrity. Union leaders are elected representatives of working people, not political pawns. The attempt to undermine their character for political gain not only weakens the democratic voice of workers, but also erodes public trust in fair labor practices. This pattern of scapegoating is a dangerous distraction from the real issues facing our workforce and our workers, and an attempt to affront to the principles of justice, dignity, and collective bargaining. Responsible leadership demands respectful dialogue, not character assassination.
That's right.
If this does not stop immediately, NTUCB will be submitting a case to the ILO Standards Application Committee.
That's right. PSC President Dean Flowers provided examples of areas where savings could be realized and revenues obtained, including rental for government office spaces, payment of housing allowance due to transfers, which he says should be minimized, and the purchase of government vehicles, which he believes is inflated. In the case of Andrew Baird, president of the KHMHAW, he reported that they consider the letter written by the KHMH chairman on their last meeting as an act of bad faith. He reminded that the membership has not rescinded its phased action plan to ensure they get their pension.
It was promised to us that they will go back to the Prime Minister and the other counterparts of the government to reconsider the 4% and come back to us June 20th, which is tomorrow, with their reconsideration of the 4%. So we are waiting for tomorrow, 11:59 p.m. Now, let me make this clear. At no point on time did our members give us a mandate to remove our plan care action, industrial action from the table. We still continue our work rule at this time and wearing of our t-shirts. Tomorrow can determine whether we move forward with the other phase. And that other phase may start from a go slow onwards to us sending our 21 days notice of strike action. 2 days ago, I was perusing the Constitution of Belize, not the PSU Constitution, the Constitution of Belize, Chapter 4, as well as I was looking at the Pension Act, and we have found other ways to challenge or plight for our pension. And we will use the law to the extreme, to the T, to the I that it allows us. We shall not be moved.
And that's the end of this morning's news brief brought to us by XTV Newsroom immediately after Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes from 9 to 12 on Creme Radio. You could listen to more news updates, commentary, affirmations, community call-ins. And then at 12:30 on Creme Radio, there's a full news package. At 3 o'clock, there's a news brief. 5:15, there's a full news package. Here at XTV at 6 o'clock, there's a full news package. Remember, you can always tune in to YouTube, XTV Belize, and subscribe with a big friend, and Creme Radio, and on XTV, Facebook, YouTube. We're going to take one quick break and come back, open up the phone lines, and we're on Cascas.
Informative, accurate, current information. Creme's newscast. Local, regional, and international news. Weather and sports.
At Atlantic Bank, we stand as more than just a financial institution. We are your partners in progress, dedicated to fostering your success by providing tailored solutions to micro, small, and medium enterprises. Your successes are our triumphs, and every success story deserves to be celebrated. We pledge to stand by you every step of the way. Today, we celebrate the values that define you with your unwavering dedication, steadfast commitment, boundless innovation, resolute work ethic, and unyielding ambition. We will navigate challenges, seize opportunities, and continue building the future together.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
Imagine getting rewards for your spending. Smart prepaid customers countrywide, it's time to level up with Smart Gains. Smart Gains are exclusive, limited time offers sent straight to your phone. We're talking irresistible rewards. You'll actually want extra credit, bonus data, and exclusive perks, all tailored to you. Because at Smart, we've always got your back. Don't miss out on rewards made just for you. Smart Gains, Smart Savings, Smart You. Smart, bringing people together.
In 2024, the Belizean Diaspora took over Los Angeles with the first ever Belize Diaspora Summit, and you know the only thing that could be ever better than that is to do it again. Belize Diaspora Summit 2.0. This time it takes place in the state of Florida, Fort Lauderdale Board Convention Center, July 10th, the 11th, the 12th. Belizeans from the diaspora, Belizeans from home in Belize, join together. Let's do it again. 3 days, government services, clinics, business displays, kitty corner, pop-up trivias, panel discussions. There will be highlights for business mixers. There will be a live performance of Racindio. Destiny Wagner is going to be there. There's going to be a live performance of Makobi. And you will have Immigration and Civil Rights Town Hall. Special guest Kenneth Gibson, interview and book reading. There will be a wind-up reception, rhythms and rum. It's happening, Belize Diaspora 2.0, Florida, Fort Lauderdale Board Convention Center. Don't miss it.
Welcome back to Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes for this morning, Friday, June 20th, 2025. I don't know if a Friday, what that mean, right? A paper day. A Mandala newspaper is out and available. They have all the places that Belize City, Belmopan, Cayo, Benke, Stan Creek, Placencia, Independence, Punta Gorda, San Pedro, Ladyville, Orange Walk, Corozal, where you could get you a mandala. You could come right to that zinc fence, can get you a mandala. $1.50, 32 pages. It's the 3,844th edition, Belize's leading newspaper. And some of the stories are make front page. Sugar industry up north in peril. National bus company to roll in January, but BBA not on board yet. Belizeans warned about New World screwworm in pets and humans. Gwen Liz student fatally hit by bus in Ladyville. And finally, the triple murder trial of Elmer Na begins. And then they have graduation highlights. Nazarene High School class of 2025. So make sure you go buy on a Mandala newspaper. You can also subscribe online, especially for the Belizeans living in the diaspora. This is on a moment for support Belizean product. We need it for buy the Mandala. The phone number is 280-5848. 280-5848. So you can call in and talk about anything you want to talk about. And I prefer for no call in because then there's less pressure on me for talk. This is not one presentation. It's community dialogue, community reasoning and conversation. It's Friday, the end of a work week for most people. Tomorrow, Saturday morning from 10 to 11, UBAD Educational Foundation and Belize Federation of Fishers, they have with 6 Belize Blue Bond Community Zoom Awareness Reasoning. We've been having them since the year started. We saw the need for Belizeans to learn more about the Blue Bond, the loan where we have to pay back for, and we know most of we don't know how would they benefit from it. Who is to the benefit from it? Now a number of the environmental NGOs, and they get bags of monies, bags. And so we have 2 fishers on, one from Long Key, Nestor, what's his name? It's Nestor Lopez, and one from Turnip Key, Hopeton Westby Jr. And they want to talk specifically about, as fishers, how then they say the sargassum, the impact the fishing industry. So now tune in tomorrow on XTV from 10 to 11 a.m. Or you could join by Zoom. Caller, good morning. Thanks for calling. Please lower your volume, whatever you listen to me, pan, so we don't have feedback. Talk to me.
Hello, good morning, sister.
Morning, brother.
Whenever any initiative they go on in this country, have to benefit a certain group of people. There has never been initiative in this country when the government they put it out, they look nice for benefit everybody, all of it for win. It's only a small group of people that benefit from independence up to today. A small group. When you look at all the boards across Belize, whether that BEL, BTL, Water Board, Airport Authority, you name the boards and niche, one set of people is on those boards. Sometimes up to 4 persons, they have 1 person, they have 4 different boards in this country. One set of people. And when you're on board, they're not right here, they'll get paid. Remember this, you get paid monthly with the on board. Sometimes they call meeting once a month or once every 3 months, then get paid. Especially the chairman get paid handsomely on those boards. So people, you check it. Another one of these days, sister, we'll do an investigation. Listen to me, my investigation on these boards. Put out all the boards and the faces and names on them board. I'll see why they tell you.
Okay.
When you look at situation in this country right now, in every position, the family member of some government, whether the brother, sister-in-law, brother, uncle, niece, neighbor, grandpa, father-in-law, mother-in-law, lone family member. You know the CEO for the BDF, that the brother Henry Charles, right? You may know that?
No, brother, I never know.
The CEO, you check it. When you look at CEOs, many of them, the family member to ministers. When you're looking at the workplaces, many of them at the top, the family member to ministers. You see? And this is the way bulk of the money they go, you know. Because then people they get big pay. You talk about the wage bill and the wage bill heavy, that then got it heavy, that then got it loaded with their family member where they get big paid in this country. And the hard working man and woman in this country they get paid on. And many of these people, CEO, and they hardly go in and work, you know. And they stay home and make lead calls and things. They're not there out there on the ground. These hard working men and women, they're out there on the ground. And they hardly to make anything. I watch sanitation workers, and you remember what I tell you. This is the job. But surrounding many diseases. I watch them brothers for a garbage truck. No mask, no gloves, no nothing. They hang on dangerously at the back of the garbage truck. And I tell you one of these days, one of them, you could get a blackout and fall off of that truck. Then they're not right. And these people, I don't want to watch them pay when they get a sanitation worker, whether it's the council or waste control. Very small money. Them people are trying to make big money for the risk, the health risk when they take. Should they get good pay? I believe them people should get better pay and CEO to me. Serious. I tell you. Them brothers and sisters out there, they risk the dirt where they deal with, and so they get small money in this country. And then the thing where as a black man, kind of a black man, black, and I love the chance where I say, and I have 60 odd years in this country has never been anywhere else. There are 22 of us, you know, siblings.
What?
21 has been to America either to live or to visit. I had never gone anywhere in my life. I stay right here. And I work hard every day. You see me a day by your friend, Miss Miller, the man who made the another vehicle a day. That's the way I do all my life. I go to people and try to help people. That's the way I operate. None of them can find fingers in the office to beg them. None. None of them prime minister in this country I had never spoken to man. Never. And in particular. But I will tell you this, is that the advantage, the racist, many of them are racist bad. And Belizean people don't have to start to stand up and see their brothers and sisters for what they are. Only for them family the benefit. Many big houses they go up, but after we want one buy the minister that one of the ministers to start loan at that the year all over the country. The pay where they get can't put up $1 million house or $2 million house. And some of them just get in and build big business. Where the money come from? And we the out there they suffer. When you look at cost of living, anytime you go to the shop, the thing they go up 50 cents, $1, $1.50. Things go down $4 now to $14. And then brother, they look for you like we simple and they tell us stupidness. All in contract the side, they don't know. How you don't know? You're the minister of finance. You're the minister for aviation, the airport authority place. So you don't know contract the time. Money they pay out for last year, you don't know. You don't know. How you don't know? We pay you for know these things, but you don't know. Because you don't want to know. And why you don't want to know? Because of people close to you involved. And this is the thing, and we let them thing have to rise, sister. Them money pay out, we don't get no service. How we get back them money? And we don't get no service. Make we get back with money then. Who we got to get back the money? You hear that done gone and the people they don't get paid out. All kind of stupidness. That then the benefit. And we continue to see them people are going behind it like big and simple with our flag, our t-shirt right behind it. And they must be thinking that they might have them bunch of idiots. behind we and we the benefit. That's how they think. They don't love you. They don't love you. That's what the kids say. When I believe what the boy, when it's told, they with them, that the boss, the code. This the code. They don't love you people. Then people love themselves after their close family member. That then the benefits stop the fool on themselves out there. I did tell you no. I did tell us is that they don't love we. They don't even love this country. They need to use this country and name and the people to benefit for themselves. To accept themselves for life. We have to struggle every day to put something on our table. Then after their menu set out for their rest of their life. They got the money to do it. But for we purse. When you start to think for yourself, believe and I tell you, me alright. Because I don't conscious of what happen. I try to make unconscious. Me alright. Because me conscious of me, I get up every day, get a good man thanks. You see, next day I get out there and me go try to make mine legally and working hard. That's how me get up and do. When you put that behind it, and that then is settled up. We don't take it forever. And they tell you to get conscious, believe that. Be safe, sister, and good morning.
Brother, you make some very good points this morning. You really did. And I value the call. The brother give me one challenge. I said now, so I already gonna look, right? So I said, make I just go look for a niche and see what the niche board of directors. And so what come up for me when I put in niche, the board of directors, so I'll make it my business. I know I hear maybe the Public Service Union President Dean Flowers made a talk about the statutory bodies. We need to find out, I will make it my business to find out who they on boards. Now, I don't know all the Belizean people. No can't call and say thing one no can't prove. But the brother say the CEO BDF that is sibling our minister. Now, I trust what the brother said are true, but we don't have to check and make sure anything that we can't just call the station and they say anything. So, Carla, thanks for calling.
Hey, Sister YaYa, top of the morning.
Morning, brother.
Hello.
Morning, you're up on the air.
Are you hearing me?
Yes, I hear you, brother. Talk to me.
All right, I'll call you for PG because, man, I think that I'm Mr. James. And I totally agree with Mr. James. I have been saying that everything that is being done here in this country seems to be trial and error. The politicians get in this and they do all kind of things. And you know where the error is? The error is with us because we don't keep them in check. Let's look at PG. We had Christopher Martin Koyamis, and we don't even know where part the money get count. We don't even know if Christopher Martin get paid. We don't even know nothing. Yet when they made the campaign, they tell you they will have regular town meetings. Look for what happened, the big scandal that with credit union. I didn't even know if they will have the AGM today. Money, these are the trials. Where they do and they get a witness, and we know to keep them in a check. So I want to thank the caller just now. I want to thank the caller. So, you know, I caught enough to talk about sports, especially football. All the trials they do, they put people in place where they could manipulate. And at the end of the day, when things don't work out, they bawl for, oh, we not got this, we not got that, we not got Tara, we not got Wara. Miss. We the people need to put them people in a check so that the trial and error can be eliminated from this country, and likewise so that we can see transparency and accountability happening for the benefit of our country and its people. Miss, thank you very much.
Thanks for the call. I appreciate Belizeans calling in and putting on the record the concerns they have about the way we're being governed, the way our natural resources they get managed. But more than anything, for recognize that we, the Belizean people, love it. We love it. And when I was doing the hair protest, and I gave one interview this past Tuesday, one of the reasons why I have one number of Belizeans grumbling at their breath but they not come out publicly and say anything. One, because one lot of way involved in the corruption. Real talk. And get comfortable with crumbs while people live off of the whole bread there for their family. Morning, thanks for calling WUB. Talk to me. You're on the air.
Yes, greetings.
Morning, brother.
Greetings in the name of the Most High. I support the first two callers, especially the first caller, 100%. Because the man says 68, well, he only 3 years ahead of me. And he was in the right on the, as they say, he hit the nail on the head. He hit the nail on the head. Because it's correct. It's totally correct. I could say I am a person that I am politically discriminated because they have the trivia just like the telephone companies, because they're two political parties. Many are like me become a victim simply because, oh, either not blue or either not red. And because either not red or either not blue, then the red one discriminate me in my electoral division. But the most important thing I wanted to say in regards to the gentleman that called first, right? He is on the point. I remember reading a newspaper from the United States. It's called The Final Call. And one of the editorial is Brother Abdullah. He says that you have two classes of people. One that don't know that he don't know, and you have the other one who know that he knows that he don't know. And then I remember Brother Muta Baruka say, the innocent and the fool. So I think we need to take the place of the innocent and not the fool. Why I'm saying, because for many years, like the first caller say, people just follow one thing that is not working. Promises that they never fulfill. So going back to the innocent and the fool. When you say, Mutabaruka say, when you are innocent, you check things out and find out. But when you are a fool, that means you head tough. You head tough because you see that they are mistreated and they misrepresent you for many decades, but you still support that. You still support the one that is not there for you. It's only there for itself, for his family, for his colleagues, but it's not for the people. Then we continue again, like the first caller say, in the bottom. I interpret it like that, in the bottom. One people, Mutabaruka say, in the sun and rain. One people collect the coil. So those people that work hard should be the ones to be well paid. Not the ones that just sitting and not working hard. The innocent and the fool. We follow I'll put it this way. You say, in the same editorial I read from the Final Call in the U.S., black people, that's what you see it first, then you say, some people fallen in love. You say, black people are like a crazy woman that is falling in love with a no good man. Because the more you are mistreated, the more she loves you. I guess that's what happened to many people in Belize. They know for decades what's going to happen every time a new government election takes place, but they go right back and fall in the same trap again. The same trap. And the last thing I want to say, for years, from Radio Belize days, we hear Belize is in the heart of the Central American basin. But I wonder, it is Belize really Central America in the full sense, or it just happens to be adjacent and land border with Central America? Because one of the ministers said a while ago, Belize, Caribbean, and Central America. But I noticed in my infos and things that I deal with, international news, Central America, always they cut good deals to benefit Central America, but it never include Belize. So I want to know if it really Belize is Central America just by name, or is truly Central America in the full sense. I tell you, you have a program that I listened to for the past 30 or more years. It's called Welcome Paisano. So all the way from Mexico, even though Mexico is not a part of Central America, all the way to Costa Rica, you can travel from many countries, especially Canada and the USA, and go into the country, and nobody is checking your bags, nobody is checking what you come in with or not, because it's program Welcome Paisano. So they don't want to make it difficult for you. But in Belize, no care where you come from, they search you to your shoes, and all, especially if you are not connected to any high political connection. One love, respect.
Thanks for the call, brother. Again, I really appreciate the calls. I mean, I appreciate learning to call all the time, but this morning, people putting on the record, you know, you're sick and tired of being sick and tired. That if the right front of our eyes, 40 plus years, that is seeing thing, but we the people, and the way, you see, because my understanding, at the time when we get political independence, they never have the leadership, never had the willpower or the awareness to say, make we have some people's assembly, make we travel around the country and find out what people want for Belize, want for themselves. We just accept lock, stock, and barrel the systems where the oppressor left. One being the church state school system. The church primary responsibility is for win souls, secondary to education. So the laborers pipeline that. So you know in our position for develop critical thinking, for question power. Morning, thanks for calling WB. You're up on the air. You're up on the air.
Yes, good morning.
Good morning.
The first caller, this is a 30-second call. The first caller is right about the trash guys who's dumping trash. They got a suicidal job hanging onto the back of that work truck collecting trash. No, those trash collectors or those people chopping grass on the side of the road, we call those county workers or city workers. Like the first caller said, our trash collector makes more than the CEO of Belize. The minimum wage paid for the year is $45,000 annually for a trash collector here in America. No matter what company you work for in America, you're making $45,000 a year picking up trash or chopping or cleaning parks and everything. So I didn't know Belize was sleeping their workers like that. That's slavery. They need some type of benefits or insurance because, like the first caller said, that truck could fall into a pothole and the two workers in the back could fall off that truck with no type of benefits or health insurance to cover them. Only the people going to save the people. I'm out.
Thanks for the call. Mostly brothers calling, 4 calls already from morning. For register how our natural resources and people are treated in Belize. So I'm going to say that because we in this majority of way church state school system, we now intentionally teach you to think for yourself, for question, especially power. You're taught to follow the rules. Follow the rules, it don't matter if the rules are in your benefit or not, follow the rules. So then when you become adults, it's difficult for you to find your voice and hold people accountable. They're not by chance, and this they're not only Belize. Most territories, countries that were colonized, that the mindset of most of the people in. So now, I said to some of our community leaders sometimes, like, take a deep breath. Bear patience with some of our people. Understand why. Especially when you live hand to mouth, whoever they give you something for you eat or for your family live, a decent home or get one job, you know to try challenge nobody because you know what you may like before you get a handout. And the handout that crumbs. But for somebody where for years they live hard, comes better than nothing. So that we really look upon the whole picture. Some people in a better position materially, or in a different position mentally, where they could take the risk and hold power accountable. Now, not everybody in that position, but it's important that we continue to have these conversations, and which is what the unions do right now. Now, I don't know how long the unions they want to hold the state accountable. If once they get for the money what they look for, if they stop hold the state accountable upon the way we're governed, I don't know. Only time won't tell. But that our part, if you had one strong opposition, that our part, that made a job of one strong opposition, but we don't got no opposition party to the current administration right now. So we look upon the unions and other, you know, say other community partners, what they call civil society operators. So you have the churches, the unions, the business sector, community-based organizations, associations, non-governmental organizations, but people because people have one particular interest, so they're not try to bite the hand we feed them. So pay attention to when you have national issues, who are the people that will come out. So the conversation I had yesterday with my brother Curtis Boodoo from Trinidad and Tobago, indeed, you would think that the people will go on and get colonial papers called degrees, that then get certified in areas of specialization, that then come back to the communities, we nurture them for make them get the opportunity for Ghana, and then I just want to think about for themselves and for their immediate family, that they want to think about the community will nurture them. Most of them don't do that. So even if they have the knowledge, we wouldn't know, because they're not they come out publicly for use that knowledge for challenge power. That's what they're going to get in training for it. But then use it for how I want to make money, or me and my family want to be materially better off, and we just want to play it safe and stay enough we lane, and we know they try draw no attention to we. And I rate people like that. So even when you hear people, at least this is my experience, oftentimes when I hear people with colonial papers talk, then talk in a guarded language. They're not a challenge power. And I don't tell her for quarrel with nobody. I just say for listen to what they say, and based on the papers what they say they have, they should be able to challenge power. We have 5 minutes and then we're going to have a first break. Caller, thanks for calling. Go ahead. Get up on the air. Caller, you on the air.
YaYa.
Morning.
Good morning, good morning. It's a beautiful morning.
Did you get your scratcher, your back scratcher?
Huh?
You get your person to scratch your skin for you yet?
So, yeah, you know, that's my only thing to try to fight my people. Let's just say happy wife, happy life. Yeah, because that's a cause problem. Well, the wife decided that she would partake more in the scratching. Yeah, because then you see, well, actually, I'm serious. I tell you, I got certain places of the body that I cannot reach. And that's what a wife is for, a husband to reach the spots and help out, you know, so we come to some amicable agreement on that.
I'm happy to hear that. I'm happy to hear that. Tell me what you call for this morning.
And like what they had to talk about this thing, I want to also publicly wish and thank all of the father mothers, the mother fathers out there, all the women in Belize who did not get nothing for Father's Day, but has done above and beyond. I know a girl right now when they saddle she with 3, and as they don't saddle her with 3, they left she because I hope I could say Pandia. The man left her because he said things stretch up.
Brother, stop it now. Stop it now.
But YaYa, listen to me. That he take the legal by 15 and stretch it up And then after he settled with
brother. No, brother. No, you know better. I mean, one, this is our family show. But two, make we not repeat the ignorance because that's not true. So make we stop.
I know the person. Anyway, YaYa. Good morning, YaYa.
Thanks for the call.
I called to ask, like how you more into this Creole thing, you want to remember the word, or you want to know the meaning, because I don't really know. I hear about it, but I never. Maybe I need it to be explained. Who you yank? What really is a who you yank?
What you understand it for mean?
Huh?
What you understand it for mean?
Well, I hear it to mean like something was very delicate. But they say once you pick it up, you can't put it down.
How I understand it for mean is that somebody take on one issue where they never know me and be so tired. And so now it's hard to put the thing down and get itself involved. So that's how I understand it. Say, you know, you say, well, make a help out this person. And they need a leave place to stay for a month.
I get
I allow it. And then after a month, you can't get out to your place. You pick up who you. That's how I understand it. But if somebody know it differently, call and make we know.
YaYa, you know that if you have a dog, and the dog on the house, you chase a store, after a while the dog doesn't come back. Even a dog understand when you mistreat her or you don't want her. A dog, a simple dog on the street could get the sense that, you know, they don't like me that is space. Make her go. You get it, right? Well, I don't wonder why my good friends, well, none of my good friends, but I don't wonder why Mr. Shine Macro don't get the understanding. First of all, I think we pick up who you are. And then secondly, man, even a dog would understand after a while that you tell them go, they would actually just go.
Brother,
decently.
Brother, I have to go a break, but you know and I know each person have one different path for tread in a life. Some will take longer for learn than others. That is just human nature.
But YaYa, before you go, I want to say it. You know, the problem I have with this issue is that for the first year when the man is there and they never start act like that, nobody defended him more than me. There is a place I cannot go take my liters to Thursday drink because I reach it. What your money do? Father, when you go on with this, you have to look and everybody attack me because I defended this poor body.
That you gonna pick up for your egg.
My Thursday because if I go there, the whole conversation becomes about this thing, and I tell him, man, I can't, I don't mean, I just military think the boy could have me do.
So you tell me you pick up for your egg.
Well, I guess I want the meaning of the word who your egg now. I will pick up the one who your egg. I will be careful. Be careful. It's a lot of times ago, I will end up in a relationship. When in the beginning, it's beautiful. And then we wake up one morning and say, what have I got myself into?
Thanks for the call, brother. One love. After the break, if you don't know other meanings of how your egg call and make we know. Right now, that 2 cents come time. It's been brought to us by Fort Point Security. And I know my tea comes. So big thanks to Kim Grab and Go on Mahogany Street. Break time.
You're watching WUB and XTV, and this the Big Up Friday. Alright, so we're going to go around in the city, in the community, and make the people and do them big up. Alright, so let's go get the people and big up. Big up Friday, who you want big up?
Yeah, I want to big up to Belizeans as well. Big up to all my, my fans and people that patronize me every day in the dollar van, I want to say big up to them, all the Belizeans people for patronizing me and, and we're doing a good job for them and, and I say people in here could say big up too. Who you want to big up? Big up it. All right.
Love to everyone, especially for our precious day. He come with the sweetness of love. I love, everybody love our mother. Even if your mother not there wrong. Even you have to love grandmother too, and great grandmother. Even the coming mother.
That you big up.
That big up to all mothers.
All right.
Big up everybody in the whole world, especially my fans. I want to big them up and tell them thanks for supporting.
Yeah. Big up Friday, who you want big up? Big up Friday, who you want big up? Big up the place? Big up yourself.
Big up Agatha Pickney, straight business,
Don't say it.
Big up for the height.
You big up.
The Deputy Prime Minister of Belize.
All right. Who you want big up?
Everybody.
Big up Abby King, Car Wash, big up the Dread, Checkered Box, and big up Belize.
All right.
Let's all be happy.
All right.
And we stop the blackout.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, man.
Big up.
Yeah, that's all.
Farmer's family.
And the Franklin.
All right. Who you want big up?
Tempo.
Only that?
You don't know about Tempo?
Yeah. Only that?
Tempo and my family.
Yeah.
Family them and
all right.
I got my
now you big up.
I got my Yaba crowd.
Okay.
Ricky,
okay.
Rick and third family.
That's it.
Yeah.
All right.
I want to big up Cradle Hyde Mother's Day. Tomorrow, Sunday, that's Civic. Be there or be nowhere. I want to big up my neighbor Cynthia Morgan. I want to big up my neighbor Irville. The best teacher in the world.
Whether the job is big or small, every super handy dad needs the right tools. And at Brothers Habet and Habet, we have what you need. Enjoy super savings all June like 15% off all power tools and hand tools, 25% off track car batteries, Eureka Vats, and Pisaforte towels, 25% off Penta Decon and discontinued colors, 30% off Valspar, and 40% off Dutch Boy paints. Plus, we're giving away $200 to 6 lucky super handy dads. Every $50 you spend gets you a chance to win. So this year, give Dad his best gift yet from Brothers Habet and Habet. Come in or reach out today. Happy Father's Day to all super handy dads.
At Atlantic Bank, we stand as more than just a financial institution. We are your partners in progress, dedicated to fostering your success by providing tailored solutions to micro, small, and medium enterprises. Your successes are our triumphs, and every success story deserves to be celebrated. We pledge to stand by you every step of the way. Today, we celebrate the values that define you with your unwavering dedication, steadfast commitment, boundless innovation, resolute work ethic, and unyielding ambition. We will navigate challenges, seize opportunities, and continue building the future together.
Imagine getting rewards for your spending. Smart prepaid customers countrywide, it's time to level up with Smart Gains. Smart Gains are exclusive, limited time offers sent straight to your phone. We're talking irresistible rewards. You'll actually want extra credit, bonus data, and exclusive perks, all tailored to you. Because it's Smart, we've always got your back. Don't miss out on rewards made just for you. Smart Gains, Smart Savings, Smart You. Smart, bringing people together.
Tired of applying
Appliances that just don't last? Appliances that just can't keep up? It's time for a change. GE Appliances delivers reliability, innovation, and performance you can trust. The decision is easy. Don't settle for less. Choose quality, choose reliability, choose GE. Paid for by homeowners who demand better appliances.
In 2024, the Belizean Diaspora took over Los Angeles with the first ever Belize Diaspora Summit, and you know the only thing that could be ever better than that is to do it again. Belize Diaspora Summit 2.0. This time it takes place in the state of Florida, Fort Lauderdale Board Convention Center, July 10th, the 11th, the 12th. Belizeans from the diaspora, Belizeans from home in Belize, join together. Let's do it again. 3 days, government services, clinics, business displays, kitty corner, pop-up trivias, panel discussions. There will be highlights for business mixers. There will be a live performance of Racindio. Destiny Wadney is going to be there. There's going to be a live performance of Makobi. And you will have Immigration and Civil Rights Town Hall. Special guest Kenneth Gibson, interview and book reading. There will be a wind-up reception, rhythms and rum. It's happening, Belize Diaspora 2.0, Florida, Fort Lauderdale Board Convention Center. Don't miss it.
Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes for this morning, Friday, June 20, 2025. It's about 7:43-ish. Yes. We're here until 9 o'clock. The phone number is 280-5848. Call in and share. I have to show off one of my beloved sister who feed me regularly. Definitely a beloved sister when you feed me. Kim Neal from Kim Grab and Go on Mahogany Street. And my Earth Strong was last month. I turned 59. And he asked me, he had a gift for him, he want to give me, and he tell me he want a picture. Anyways, I gave him a gift this morning. And it's not what I thought it was going to be, but I love the gift. So I got a coffee mug with my mom and me. I had sent her the picture. And on it is written, Mommy and Me Moment. I am just loving this mug. Big thanks, Kim Neal. For those who may know, our mom transitioned to the spirit realm a little over 3 years ago, June 2nd, 2022. Jean Davis Marin. But it's about strong. She's my closest ancestress, protector and guide. And I just love my mug. You could give me mugs all day long with conscious wording or like this. Ooh, I love this mug. Thanks, Kim. And especially when it's a surprise and people take time to give you something when they know I mean a lot too. Yeah, I love it. Thanks, Kim Neal. I could done show off now. And so, yes. The cause this morning centered on we Belizean people holding those in power accountable. And the brother make one good point. I want to check in with Dean. I don't have enough work for though. In July is United Black Association for Development. Keeping it simply organic, my one belly pain company, Menelik Marin Coleman. He'll be here soon to lead our 4th United Black Association for Development, KISA, production of Brother Cliff Augustine Summer Film Photography Camp 2025. 4th year of campers, we made a commitment for stay with the same set of children for 10 years. The youngest was 8 years old when it started. He stayed a lifetime at the program, he had 18 when he left. And Menelik is teaching them film photography, analog photography, so that I know the point and click of the digital cameras. The old school, it's coming back slowly, it's more expensive now. The cost of film, very expensive. But we have an awesome partner, I think it's called Art House Lab in Los Angeles, who's been working with us for years, Black owned. And we would have, so camp this week will be from the 2nd of July, which is a Tuesday. No, it's from the 1st of July through the 4th. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, they would have face-to-face sessions, refreshers, remind them that there's spirits having African people experience. We're very much focused on their Africanness and that these children are comfortable in the skin just the way they were born. And then I know I'll give you the theme this year. Every year the theme is just fire. So this year the theme is fire again. And then in the second week, which will be this year, it will be from July 7th to the 13th. Usually we come back on the 11th, which is a Friday. We come back on the Saturday, the 12th. From the 7th to the 12th, we partner with a local swim school known as Swimming's. Every year I forget to say the name of the school right. I think it's Swimming Successfully and Smiling. It's a local swim school in Placencia under the ownership of Andrea Villanueva. And then we also partner with an international non-governmental organization, Black in Marine Science. This is our 3rd year. I had the vision that I want our children to become underwater photographers, and then somebody asked, yeah, children could swim? I'm like, I never think what about that. So they have to learn to swim to become underwater photographers. And this is not just talking. We really, especially with our Black in Marine Science link, is very, very, very likely to happen. It depends on the children's interests, their development, and the support they get from their family. The families have been awesome as far as buying into this initiative. We usually have one community exhibition on July 31st, and we have meaningful partners like Angela's Press Limited and Imagination Factory. This year we won't be at Imagination Factory because we need white walls, and Imagination Factory have up cardboards all over their walls for prior installation. So this year we're gonna come back to how we first start. The first year when we had the closing exhibition, it was at our UBAD Educational Foundation home base headquarters, right here behind the zinc fence, 3304 Mandela Drive, at our Library of African and Indigenous Studies. So on July 31st, that's the pathway, and there again for a community exhibit this year. But then next year, we hope to return to our community art space, Imagination Factory on North Front Street. Of course, we have other community partners like XTV, Creme Radio, Mandela Newspaper, and we can't do without the community support. We're only able to do this because the Augustine family, Brother Cliff Augustine is now an ancestor, and his family, his wife, Sister Elma Whitaker Augustine, original UBAD member, and their children fundraised so we could have the seed money for be able to host this camp every year. So big thanks to the Augustine family. And the dynamics change every year because usually most years one of the children go into high school and then they have to go to summer class, so then they're not able to attend. But that not stop we from including the children. I mean, again, it's at the 4th year. We've had a relationship with the children and the families before they become campers, and so then we go to their home, we give them a camera. Well, I just say we, but Menelek, he's the lead. And then we, in communication with them by WhatsApp, if they have any questions, we send the film out to Art House Film Lab. They send it back digitally. We send it to Angela's Press. We get the prints. And then our oldest camper is, I believe, 18 years. Her name is Zuda Morales. She's in 6th floor. And she has moved up from being a photographer to a curator. So she assists Menelik in the curation and choosing the children go through that process too. They get to look upon all the film. We have one projector that was donated to us, and they look upon the film and critique. I mean, it's just, when you hear these are young, gifted, and black Belizean youths from inner city communities like Jane Usher area, Louis Bevan Street specifically, Yabra, St. Martin's, Mayflower, So we're very excited about these children and to watch and see how they grow and develop over the years, listen to their conversation. They get much better at doing interviews because they're doing this will be their 4th year. And I'm really thankful for the media house who choose to cover them. And I don't know if you know, remember the phone number, that 280-5848, and you can call and talk about anything. It's 10 minutes to 8 right now. We're going to take the next break at 8 o'clock. It really, especially for children, for people who work with younger children or choose to have children or active in some young people's lives, to see how their children just physically grow, how different they look as they grow, like physically how their face change, their body change, for experience how their mind change, how they become more confident, how they engage each other, because some of them don't see each other for a whole year. They're not like they're living at the same immediate neighborhoods. And last year I was really just blown away with the engagement that the children had with one of the marine scientists. Now, I'm not from Belize. I don't for the auntie for long. I mean, we cool. But this scientist was able to connect with the children in a way that I could never connect with the children. And I recognize that, and I give them the space, and I was just like totally wowed. How they opened up to her. She asked if the parents could have the children their phone number so he could stay in communication with them. And one of the things were different, which is why she was able to relate to them in a different way than I am. For the most part, the formative years of our lives, I would say my two older sisters and our parents grew up working class people. Both my parents are from working class families. Our father was first generation colonial papers. So it changed the quality of we live. So we grew up middle class. But then the family separated and we ended up homeless. Long story short. So what's different about these children is that many of them come from working class family, impoverished family. And so this scientist comes from an impoverished family in the United States as well. So they have certain norms, nuances, conversation where I'm not able to relate to because that's not my lifestyle. And that's why I like to tell people, I don't mean clear part for people who don't have to tell your own story. You could tell me, but when I repeat it, I don't like when you to tell your own story because you live it. It's different when that's the authenticity of people's story. And you can learn from anybody's story. So I was just wowed how, and then she not gave when she engaged and she not gave the politically correct answer. I was like some of the things I'm like, I would not have told, because she was like, one of the things to tell her, I said, listen, you only got maybe one time for you go to school and somebody take advantage of you. Because once you allow them to take advantage of you just one time, then they're like, okay, that'll be the target now. Which, that wasn't what they teach me when I'm going to grow up. But I have to listen without judgment and understand that the environment different. So another thing that last year that me want to think is that these children, and they look different from deeply melanated to, we just say brown skin. And one number of them, including one from Placencia, share how they experience colorism, which is discrimination or prejudice from people from your own group, talk negatively about you, intention for shame you, make you feel bad about how the creator make you, with the color of your skin, your facial features, the texture of your hair. This are 2024 people. And some of this violent conversation happen within households, within families, within spaces where especially young children are to feel safe and protected. And it's real, it's rampant. They don't know one-off conversation. And it's really tough. And so even more so, we are encouraging like young, gifted, and black, that one of we chant. So the first year, and even before we had this camp, and I used to be the person who would be in the library to guide our after school process. Black children want to tell you, I'm not black, I'm brown, because when they hear the word black, they think I'm a dark skinned person. And they don't want to be that. Not overstanding, black with an uppercase B is not an adjective. It's not a descriptive word for a color. It's your entire being. It's African people racialized as black people, or European people racialized as white people. And so that one process for encouraging, for accept themselves just the way the creator make them. So I've been at UEF now going 19 years. And I enjoy working with younger children. They're more energetic. They're more curious. Depending on their conditioning, they're less fearful, and they want to say exactly what they feel. Now, I have a lot of learning to do, because like a lot of people from my generation, and even the generation after me, they call we authoritative adults. Because we do what I say, I know what I do. We demand and ordering people, and it not work. It never worked. I am working more towards, what do I call it? Like easy parenting. They're not easy parenting. It's consciousness parenting. They have different names for it, but it's where you allow a child to be his or herself to teach them at the youngest age possible for controlling emotions, that it's okay to have these feelings, to self-regulate them, to be able to express themselves in a way where then to be true to themselves, they're not to betray themselves, and for the listener to hear them, to be able to listen, especially when where you to hear, then where you agree with or where you like. So it's a whole rewiring of the brain in how you communicate and teach younger people how to communicate, how to manage their emotions, how to accept themselves, how to have boundaries, and especially when that child is being violated by an adult. And that adult could be your parents or the people who are responsible for you. Totally different from how we've been raised as people who come from people who were formerly legally, physically enslaved. Now let's be clear, we are still enslaved. So last year when the state recognized African Emancipation Day and they had like a whole campaign about freedom, I'm like, who telling us that we're free? Who am I consult about people being free? We are mentally and spiritually enslaved, and that's some serious enslavement. And you know, African Emancipation Day is coming up on August 1st. But before we get there, July 22nd to come up. And so I want to call in WB and share about the uprising of African people, primarily in Belize town. And it was some years ago that when UEF had worked with, at the time, Yasser Musa, Delmar Zib, Carlos Quiros, they were at SJC because SJC had started the Maya and African curriculum in high school. And so they had partnered with UEF, and then we had started the campaign for so that in 2019, we had recognized the 100-year anniversary of the uprising and changing the colonial narrative from it being an ex-servicemen league riot to really primarily black people revolting, uprising, revolution against the systemic racism, blah, blah, blah. But I'm stretch talking. At 8 o'clock, we're going to break. On a call, so I can stop talking now? We're going to break.
Explore the great outdoors with Benny's Quality and Savings.
Hey Belizean students, ready to unlock your future? The Social Security Board is now accepting applications for its 2025 scholarship program. Whether you're aiming for vocational technical, high school, or an associate degree, this is your chance. To qualify, you must be a born Belizean accepted to a school in Belize, entering high school, trade school, or college for the first time, demonstrate financial need and academic potential. Don't wait! Learn more and apply online today at socialsecurity.org.bz. Deadline is Friday, June 27, 2025. Remember, only online applications are accepted. Unlock new opportunities for success with a scholarship from Social Security.
Sea una persona ocupada o atrapada en el tráfico, o que tenga una circunstancia adversa o muy exigente, la tensión se acumula y lo estresa. El estrés ataca a todos en cualquier momento, a cualquier edad. El estrés es un asesino. Es mejor estar vivo que muerto, así que visite la farmacia de Freetown para obtener opciones.
Hola, ¿qué tal? ¿Qué puedo hacer para usted hoy?
Estoy bien estresado.
Ok, tengo una pastilla que te va a ayudar, ¿ok? Que toma una de eso al día para 10 días y va a estar bien después, ¿ok?
Ok. Farmacia Fritón, carretera 28 Fritón, donde estás mejor vivo que muerto. Farmacia Fritón, teléfono 22 32 87 6.
In 2024, the Belizean Diaspora took over Los Angeles with the first ever Belize Diaspora Summit, and you know the only thing that could be ever better than that is to do it again. Belize Diaspora Summit 2.0. This time it takes place in the state of Florida, Fort Lauderdale Board Convention Center, July 10th, the 11th, the 12th. Belizeans from the diaspora, Belizeans from home in Belize, join together. Let's do it again. 3 days, government services, clinics, business displays, kitty corner, pop-up trivias, panel discussions. There will be highlights for business mixers. There will be a live performance of Racindio. Destiny Wagner is going to be there. There's going to be a live performance of Makobi. And you will have Immigration and Civil Rights Town Hall. Special guest Kenneth Gibson, interview and book reading. There will be a wind-up reception, rhythms and rum. It's happening, Belize Diaspora 2.0, Florida, Fort Lauderdale Board Convention Center. Don't miss it.
back to the Friday morning edition of Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. The phone number is 280-5848. Number of things. XTV will be broadcasting from 10 to 11 o'clock tomorrow. UEF and Belize Federation of Fishers 6th Belize Blue Bond Awareness Zoom Reasoning Conversation. We have 2 fishers on, so no tune in. And then on Sunday, I tell you, thanks Alexei, you can see the flyer on the screen. We have 2 fishers, Nestor Lopez from Long Key and Hopeton Westby Jr. from Turniff. And they want to talk specifically about for their experience as fishers and how sargassum impact the fishing industry. Prior to a couple weeks ago when Mose had on fishers, that was the first time most of we that Belize hear about sargassum and its impact on the fishing industry. Usually when we hear about sargassum, we hear people can't go into the water, sargassum smell bad, how it impact tourism, but we never hear how it impact the fishing industry. So when alligator come from river bottom, believe them, well there are 2 alligator where they come from sea bottom for tell about sargassum. So now tune in 10 to 11 tomorrow morning, Saturday, June 21st from 10 to 11 Belize time on XTV Belize YouTube, XTV Belize Facebook, and on XTV local channel. And then, you know how UEF go, we the boat. We show solidarity with African kinfolks, United Black Association for Development Educational Foundation. It's in our 29th year. And our mantra is community, truth and community. And we're about the interests of African people racialized as Black people. So because of that, we're in support with Caribbean Dialogue and Haiti Action Committee. The flyer said, in observance of UN World Refugee Day 2025, in solidarity with all refugees, displaced persons in Haiti, the Caribbean, Palestine, the Americas, and Africa. And now this one be Sunday, the 22nd of June, at 4 o'clock Belize time, is 6 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make a check on that, make sure I got the right time down. Yes. And then the featured presenter is Dr. Ramzi Barod. He's a Palestinian historian and activist. Pierre Labossiere, Haiti Action Committee. James Fines, Bonnier Human Rights Organization. John Mussington, Barbuda Land Rights and Resource Committee. Special guest is Professor Hilborn Watson from Barbados, and YaYa Marin Coleman, Belize moderator. So on a lock-in this Sunday afternoon. Now, the phone number is 280-5848. If you're not calling, then I have to talk. And it seemed that a number of, somebody sent me one text where I want to read. I think that one fair text, and I should read it. I can tell you about this t-shirt where I have on. See what the t-shirt say? What do you say? Put back. This t-shirt is, and I'm not worried about a t-shirt. If I don't say I don't wear a t-shirt, I mean I really believe in that cause. The Belize Women Seaweed Farmers Association, when I got an agriculture show for 3 reasons. For support Zinc Fence, for visit Belize Women Seaweed Farmers Association booth, and for go to the Ministry of Agriculture Toledo District booth, because my sister and brother-in-law from Hummingbird Farm had the butterfly booth on exhibit. That's the only reason I got it. So I don't take out the $3, I head right back home. So this t-shirt was a put back nutrients, because we're seaweed farmers. And so, you know what I say seaweed good for nutrients. And I really like Casamina Creole, I like the color. So big thanks to Belize Women Seaweed Farmers. Is under, it's a team effort. The president is my sister, Dr. Jalima, Sister Jalima Gold, Martin Gold. We're happy to find 2 other people named Martin besides Jalima, I believe. But yeah, so I'm wearing that shirt today. A couple weeks ago, I had on one of my brother's shirt, and I never talked about the shirt. It was yellow too, from Uganda. My brother Raspin, Augustine, who has been hosting a kite festival in Hopkins for many years. Morning, thank you for calling. Talk to me. You're up on the air?
Yeah. Sorry. It's me once again.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow I'll be on the road, so I don't know if I will be able to catch that program that you mentioned about fishers. It will be, I guess, it's very interesting. It will be very interesting. But what I want to say today, since I don't know if I will be possible for me to tune tomorrow.
What you can do is you can always go to XTV Belize Facebook page and XTV Belize YouTube channel, and you could look at the programming after they air live.
Yeah. Maybe you don't know, or I have to remind you that I'm a vision impaired person.
I hear you, brother, but I don't know your support system or your skills.
If I have data, I want to ask somebody to fix me up.
Yes.
Trust me.
Yes, it's worth listening
to. The thing I wanted to say in regards to fisheries, the fisheries folks, right? I deal with them no matter what, for many different reasons. But what I want to know, where I hear nothing, I don't hear if any justice was done to the fisher folks, because every time a foreign fishing boat come in and fish in the waters of Belize and carry the undersized conchs and the undersized lobster and whatever else they carry, you know, hear too much problem about it. But when a Belizean man, I know they say they do right, I know they do wrong too, but when a Belizean man is also caught in the same manner of a violation, he is penalized and like it's publicized and like scandalized. But when you hear the foreign fisher folks do it, like you don't hear much about it. That's all I want. Is there any justice done to the fisher folks or only to the foreign folks? Respect.
Thanks for the call, brother. Valid call. As far as I know, the answer to that question is no. Yes, so I wanted to read a text because earlier I made a talk about, holding power accountable, such as political power. And someone texted and made an excellent point. What was it that the person said? Where is the text? I don't have on my glasses, and I know for read the text I should put my glasses on. Okay, I find the text. So what the person said. Morning, the best opposition is an unbiased media. Media, all except Channel 7, are insulated and hold back on harsh criticisms due to familiar ties with members of cabinet. That's what a person text say. And I tell her I'll make sure I read it. I find that to be true. So I don't get no pushback from me on that. And then I wanted to also, we're not calling yet, right? So the number is 280-5848. And I make sure I bring my book today. And some Belizeans our listeners and viewers, seem to appreciate when I share local Belizean, our stories, because oftentimes they're not taught in the classroom, people are not aware of where the information may be available, or they just don't have the time. So there's a book that really should publish more. It's produced by NICH, the National Institute of Culture and History, and this one was produced in August 2013. Actually, I'm going to take one picture. But anyways, it's called A Walk Through Old Belize. And they have one number of historical sites. So I can share some things that I think might be of interest to them. This one is a heritage site. It's called, and then you could call me 280-5848. If you don't know anything else about their sites, call me and make a know, or make we know if you want to add anything to it. So they're looking at, let's look at Battlefield Park, for example. Battlefield Park is very historical. If somebody know why the place named Battlefield Park, call and tell me. 280-5848. I will hold up on Battlefield Park to give somebody time for calling and tell me why Battlefield Park named Battlefield Park. If you don't even know about Battlefield Park there, so call and tell me if you know about Battlefield Park there and why name Battlefield Park. And then I'm going to our next question. Which high school am I the first high school I Belize? I can go on. There are three things I want to share to note of this book today. So I want Park, Battlefield Park now, to see if anybody can call and tell me what part today and how you get a name. I want Park, the high school, for me to see if you know which high school am I the first high school I Belize. And I go into the third one. Now, I know a number away. Noble. I ask Harlan and Alexi, Wanna know past Scott's Church there? Scott's Church. SCOT''S. Up there. Harlan know past Scott's Church there. So right cross. Now if I say it now, then I get any answer, Harlan. You're right. I did ask you the question, Harlan. Harlan says Scott's Church, the right cross from Battlefield Park. Now, this book says that Scottish settlers entered the colony of Belize in the 19th century, so that would be 1800 or something. And then they bring their religious doctrines and form of worship when we link to Presbyterianism. And they find themselves without one church, so they worship in a home or in a logging estate with the head of the home usually leads scripture and prayer. Then in 1850, they passed one bill under quote an act for the establishment of a Presbyterian church in this settlement, end quote. And the first church where it gets constructed by Scottish bricks and English slate flooring was opened in 1863. Right? So the first Scottish church in the colony, or where we know as Belize, was in 1863. So one of the first thing I do when I say one here, oftentimes I go say that how long ago? I was 162 years ago. So 162 years ago, the first Scottish, what we call Scots Church, was built in the colony. And they make out of bricks from Scotland and this slate flooring from England. The large brick building, they say, had a big pipe organ, reputed to be the best in the colony and possibly Central America, and it quickly became one landmark. I believe the organ, the current Wesley Church, Big Wesley Albert Street Methodist Church, I believe they have one pipe organ. It said after September 10, 1931 hurricane, St. Andrews, that may one or two church left standing out of 7 in the city and was used as an emergency hospital. Okay, so the church renamed St. Andrews. So in 1931, they had 7 churches in Belize City. And after that hurricane, only 2 of the churches that may left standing. And that Scotch church may used as an emergency hospital. After the storm, they referred to the church as Cathedral of the City. But then 2 years short of the church centennial celebration, another disaster struck in 1961. Because remember, it opened in 1863. So the centennial may be 1963. But 2 years before the centennial, in 1961, when they had a hurricane, they had a fuel tank moored across the bay, Halover Creek. And during the hurricane, that fuel tank burst away. And the force of the storm carried the tank through the building, dumping the ruins of it into Battlefield Park, which is across the street from the church. They say that a total loss, the church gone. But then one new church got reconstructed and reopened in 1964. And they had help from local and international donations. The church was designed for incorporate some of the old brick on the front, but it was constructed of reinforced concrete. So I think in the past 2 or 3 years, I don't know who to run the church now, but they paint over the old bricks. I say when you don't know your story, people just come in and just do what they want. But for me, like and Sister Sandra Cowder said this, that she felt that St. John's Church should be used as, you see how they have the Wailing Walls for the Jewish people? That St. John's Church should be one sacred space where anybody, but especially African people racialized as black people, could go set their hand on them bricks, because we African ancestors and ancestors hand touch them bricks for build a church. They don't have much things that Belize we could say for we African people touch this, build this, sacrifice for this. St. John's Church Cathedral, that one of the few places. Oh, I just found out earlier this year, I know I said it before, people learn from repetition. When you enter St. John's Church from the front of the church, up at that'll be Albert Street. Like if you're going to Brazil, yeah. When you enter from that side, when you walk in at the yard, if you look on the right hand side, and I go to St. John's Church, and I must about 4, 5, 6, because you know my formative years, I live on Cemetery Lane. And I never tell somebody, point out to me when I gone to the church that this year, I think that this year or last year. But when you walk through the gate on the right hand side, you want to say one semicircle, make from steel or iron. It is said that enslaved African people, because they were not considered human beings, even though they may always know they're not human beings, they may considered property, just like you have one glasses or one cup or one fan, that the enslaved and they could be European, and there were some African people who were enslavers as well. But that they were partner shackle enslaved African women and men when they come to church service, because they're not allowed at that time in a building where they build or sacrificing in some way for you get bill. And I gone and I touch a thing and I say, on a sure this are the very same steel iron with we people me shackled on a sure, because I just wow that's still there after all the years. And the person who was responsible for the get it tour at St. John's Cathedral say, yes, that is so. I just to tell you one time, you don't know your story, you just take things for granted. We think that enslavement of African people is such a long time ago, and every time you pass St. John's Cathedral, you go in on a church. We African people built that at great sacrifice. So that the Scots Kirk or Presbyterian Church. The number is 280-5848. We got another 4 minutes before we got a break. We're not calling yet, so I'm going to the second conversation. I have to call upon my zinc fence people. Harlan or Alexei, or you know which high school are the first high school of Belize? Harlan could give jokes. Harlan could really give jokes. Harlan Mahala Sec One, what we now know as Edward P. York. I'm going to talk to one brother. What am I? I think he said he's in the 5th graduating class from, I think, Sec 1 maybe, because it may come a point where I never think about. People does, when they open what's now known as Edward P. York, I'm a Sec 1, and what's now known as Gwen Lizaraga High School, I'm a Sec 2. And their school had the reputation that when no other high school wants you, that they will end up. So people does tease you. Now Sec 1 and Sec 2, now Edward P. York and Gwen Liz used to go to 3rd farm. Then after that, go to Belize Technical College. I do 2 more years. So 3rd farm, 4th farm, 5th farm. You do 2 more years. Then after that, if you're able to, if you want, you could go to 6th farm. Then you do 2 more years. So that's 7 years you end up though, where if somebody began at the traditional high school, then the 4 years of high school, 2 years 6th farm. That the person when they tell me the story, explain the detail, all like me, remember thing and know thing. That's why I like talk to people who can learn from anybody. And I got to Belize Technical College, scraped that, graduate, but I graduated in 1986. I never graduated from high school. I got expelled from high school. I was on the house arrest at high school. I went to King's College, Christian Boarding High School on the Old Northern Highway. I did get trouble a long time on the house arrest. Just because I stood up for my rights, you know. I truly had to tell you though. So Belize Technical College was a dream. I'm telling you. I think that these not words. I think that's a mantra. But anybody we're gonna Belize Technical College, I don't think I hear anybody gone there and have one bad experience. Maybe they did. I just never hear it. But full, I mean, just. And then I never gone to any of the other 2 feeder schools. So either, you know, I come in as an outsider because I may just need a piece of paper where say I finish some kind of training or teaching session because I never graduated from high school. So I had to go somewhere and get a piece of paper. So Technical took me, and I'm thankful for it. At the time, it was under the leadership of Mr. Morrison. Yes. Most me go then too. Remember, I'm good. Never had nothing to do with it. I just hear about her, hear what you name. I say I ride a bicycle. But technical, I passed the other day and I say, and I know you have progress and things happen. But when I say how they use what was originally Festival Grand Market, I think they may call it. These are the last call and I have to go to break. Caller, thanks for calling. Go ahead.
Yes, I recall about the oldest high school and Scott Kirk and St. John's Church.
Where want to tell me?
Well, I want to tell you that if St. John's Cathedral are the oldest church, then either St. Michael or St. Hilda's.
No, I'm not that into. Then I'm not that into. But I'm glad you're calling and try to answer the question. And I'm not that into. The oldest high school that Belize. Wesley College. Wesley College. Open in. You sit there. I think will get me excited. You can't tell me this are not African ancestors and ancestors. How about it was open in June 1882? Are we in June? June they look for N, and I never even know that. Thank you, no African ancestresses and ancestors. So 143 years ago this month, Wesley College, the first high school in Belize. I wonder if anybody at Wesley College has talked about that.
Well, I got Wesley College.
You see? You see? Where are you left, Wesley?
Wesley College, 1966, sweetheart. I graduated 1966.
1966. And what was your experience at Wesley College?
It was the best of the best of the best.
No, don't call it your buy or sell. Why was it the best of the best of the best?
Because you had the Reverend Caleb Cousins, who was, he was a very strict, it was a very strict principal, but everybody there, except for the few English that were there were Creole teachers. And they gave us, look at me, I write for Amandala, I'm in Glen. I write for Amandala, and all my writing I learned from Wesley College.
I have two sisters who talk highly about Wesley College, Cynthia Pitts and Sandra Miller. And then talk highly about the classes they took, the teachers they had, the experiences they had. Then talk highly of the curriculum at Wesley College at that time.
Absolutely. You had, Deutsch Young was in my class, I think, and Hugh Fuller and Joy Berry, and I think your name changed. She was in Belmont for a while, and a few other people like the judge, Herbert Lord, and that crowd, Brenny Henderson, and the whole bunch of wonderful, wonderful people.
You mean Ghana Sixth Farm?
No. Sixth Farm, we never got Sixth Farm. We used to go to SJC, the Sixth Farm, no.
Okay. Well, thanks for calling. I remind me about the good old days. I know say your farmer school, I'm at the first high school, I believe, June 1882.
Okay, thank you. Plus, all that area in the Igbo tongue, right? Before Belize get rid of slavery, just so you know that the whole area of the Igbo tongue. Lone slaves live there.
Aye. We want to talking about that to another time, because I know people would have make general statements like that, but I know if I stretch talking, I don't know how much of that talking I could keep up. But we are stretch talking another time, I have to go to break.
Nice.
Thanks, brother. Break time.
In 2024, the Belizean Diaspora took over Los Angeles with the first ever Belize Diaspora Summit, and you know the only thing that could be ever better than that is to do it again. Belize Diaspora Summit 2.0. This time it takes place in the state of Florida, Fort Lauderdale Board Convention Center, July 10th, the 11th, the 12th. Belizeans from the diaspora, Belizeans from home in Belize, join together. Let's do it again. 3 days, government services, clinics, business displays, kitty corner, pop-up trivias, panel discussions. There will be highlights for business mixers. There will be a live performance. Vasindio, Destiny Wagner is going to be there. There's going to be a live performance of Makobi. And you will have Immigration and Civil Rights Town Hall. Special guest Kenneth Gibson, interview and book reading. There will be a wind-up reception, rhythms and rum. It's happening, Belize Diaspora 2.0, Florida, Fort Lauderdale, Powell Convention Center. Don't miss it.
This is a matter for our families, our children, our friends, and we must be better people. And so we must demonstrate that we will not tolerate anything related to any type of hate crimes. And if it happens, that we provide those persons with legal recourse to address those kinds of things.
At Atlantic Bank, we stand as more than just a financial institution. We are your partners in progress, dedicated to fostering your success by providing tailored solutions to micro, small, and medium enterprises. Your successes are our triumphs, and every success story deserves to be celebrated. We pledge to stand by you every step of the way. Today, we celebrate the values that define you with your unwavering dedication, steadfast commitment, boundless innovation, resolute work ethic, and unyielding ambition. We will navigate challenges, seize opportunities, and continue building the future together.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
Belize Morning Vibes. It's our time until the next 20 minutes. The phone number to call is 280-5848. Harlan like history, especially Belizean history. So leave it to him to come out and ask me, how come Wesley School are the first school? I'm not St. John's or St. Catherine, so make it be very clear. Wesley High School was the first secondary school in Belize. Wesley High School. June 1882, which based on my calculations would have been 143 years ago this month. 143 years ago this month, the first high school in Belize was built. Yes, so that's for Wesley High School. Now I'm going on and talk about Battlefield Park. Let's see what we have on Battlefield Park. Well, because Harlan said past Scotch Church today. Good morning. Thanks for calling WB. You're up on the air.
Yes. Greetings once again.
Greetings.
Forward to the people. I think the church you mentioned is the one that is exactly ubicated right in front of us, more in front of Belize Bank. And when I say front, upon the side, and the side connected to the park.
Yes.
And the last thing I remember about that church is what was named St. Andrew's Presbyterian. And the good thing I like about them that I used to see a few years ago, they do it for quite a while, they have a soup kitchen that all those people are sleeping on the street side. So all they go every day, go get a plate of food right there, right on the back of the church is an entrance on the side of the right side of the Supreme Court. That's what I remember with that church.
So lots of more things about the church.
Also, I heard remember some Chinese people used to preach over it too in the same church, some Chinese.
Okay, so lots of more.
People used to call it Chinese church, but maybe because Chinese used to go in there and preach.
So lots of more things about the church today.
The school where people used to go whenever they are not accepted in another school. I think I also used to hear that about the Mount William School, which back in the day used to call continuation school. I used to say that was a school too, where you would take any student, no matter if they're not you don't want you, whatever they don't want you, or they say you have whatever problem, they welcome you there. At that time, I think that school was on Prince Street, almost all the way into Foreshore.
I'm not familiar with it. What I'm going to say to you earlier is that so you learned some more things about St. Andrew's Presbyterian Church today.
Yeah.
And I know the name continuation sound familiar, but I really don't remember the details of it. I just don't remember.
It was a girls' school, but it was one. I remember I said that's the only school where receive anybody from whoever other school when no one there for whatever purpose or reason. They take in anyone, and a lot of good girls. You see, God is great because somebody with school where I sell a higher quality to the continuation school, and I see them girls come out very, very well, intelligent, smart, and working in the society. Girls that come out at the same continuation school. But I tell you, the only thing I remember, it was a long, like old time fashion wooden and zinc building on Prince Street. You go straight across Regent Street, you go straight in until like you head to Foreshore. Right there, it was set, at least I remember like 40 years ago. But you're right, in this world, everybody each one teach one, because you know what you know, I know the little what I know, and somebody knows something, and that's how we learn. I don't like people who think they know everything. I like people who teach and learn, like myself. I learn, and I consider my knowledge to be the size of a drop of water in the ocean. That's my size. So I still learn. Respect.
Thanks, brother. Somebody text and asked our book to read from. Valid point. Alexa, please show them the name of the book and the picture. It's called A Walk Through Old Belize. They don't have no copies available. They actually make this copy for me, and that's why it looked black and white. It's actually in color, but you know, long and say how they were. And this was first done in August 2013. At least that's when it was copyrighted. But they have another book where more. I'll bring it next week Thursday. We're more potent than this one, yeah. So, but it's still valid information that is very useful. So, Battlefield Park have one historic significance for Black Belizeans in particular. In my world, with unlimited funding, organizing African Emancipation Day, that's where would be our central location. Battlefield Park, because our Belize tongue signify, because of the vibration, the now Belize city of African people racialized as Black people. That's why Southside especially. When I tell you I love me so Southside Belize city, primarily because it's sacred territory for we African ancestresses and ancestors. So it no matter how the media or policy makers talk bad about Southside Belize City. Southside Belize City, that's sacred territory, sacred grounds for African people that is country. Ground zero for African people that is country. Thanks, Alexi. And so, Battlefield Park. Nobody not call and tell you how Battlefield Park get a name. So I can tell you how Battlefield Park get a name. It's 8:45. This is on page 3 of the book. It said they had a need for recreational public space, as you would for all societies, and such spaces become centers of interaction for political, religious, economic, and social purposes. So you know, when you go in certain spaces, let's say in what they call Latin, Central America, you tend to find they have one big public square, what they call the center of the town or the city. So Belize have Battlefield Park, spaces for engagement with people for political, religious, economic, and social purposes. Battlefield Park now a clear example of one concept of such a public space within Belize town. Originally, it was known as the Courthouse Green or the Courthouse Square. So before they call it Battlefield Park, it was known as the Courthouse Green or the Courthouse Square. A wide grassy field. It had 4 passageways. I bought 1966, but I could still remember when I think of Red Bell, I think of Battlefield Park. And it had 4 entrances, and then it had a big fountain, layered, the middle of the park. And so you had one entrance like you had to come from Outer Broadies, one entrance like you had to come from Orange Street, one entrance like you had to come from the back of Broadies or the drugstore there, and the other entrance that were part the Scotch Church there. So that's how I remember it, with a lot of, always, anytime so when the farmers come and they bring the livestock for sale, it does call, because we're part, Belize City Council let us be the old market. And so people that have their goods all the way on the sidewalk front of Scotch Church, back on the sidewalk, long Halova Creek, all this you have people. So especially on Saturday morning, the hustle and bustle, it's the people with the umbrella or the roller. I mean, just more Black people made about that Belize City at that time, right at the 70s. I just like a big, bustling community of vibrant people. It said in 1863, the Legislative Assembly resolved to acquire and declare the area a public space. In the early 1900s, the name Battlefield started to get associated with the area in reference to the spiritual battle carried out by the Salvation Army's religious crusade. So here how you name Battlefield Park? In the early 1900s, the name Battlefield Park get to be associated with that particular public space for reference to spiritual battle carried out by Salvation Army's religious crusades. By the mid-1930s, the recreational area become a space for labor and political activism led by nationalists like Antonio Soberanis. That's what they have on both Antonio Soberanis there. And then in the 1950s, political speeches developed by nationalist leader George Price. Now they have one big statue of him, but they don't got none with Philip Golson, Lee Richardson, Nicholas Pollard Sr., even though all of them was use the same space though. among other people, you know, here and talk about none of the women, prompted authorities to curtail the criticisms against colonial rule. No, they are penalized you now. You can't contact against colonial rulers, you see? When you know your story, we wonder why Belizean people have one culture, not talking back to power, holding power accountable. Here is an example right here. So I know we talk about the 1950s. It said, through the Belize Tongue Board, then proposed one $50 fine for interference with the landscape, passed by laws that prohibit anti-colonial speeches, songs, or any public discussion. You get penalized. These are deterred neither the Belizean nationalist leaders nor the followers from gathering at Battlefield Park. You see why Battlefield Park have historical value to Belizeans, but I would say for black Belizeans particularly. So if I had to organize, again, we organized African Emancipation Day since 2014 with limited funding. So there's only so much we could do. But if I had the funding, Battlefield Park would definitely be ground zero for African emancipation. You can't talk about African emancipation without talking about African reparations. So anything you think African emancipation, start to condition your mind for African reparations. But it's 10 minutes to 9, it's break time.
Take a deep breath. You feel that energy coursing through your body? That's because of me. I am the rainforest. I produce the air you breathe. I make it rain. I'm also your pharmacy. I'm home to more plants and wildlife than you're ever going to see in your lifetime. I work hard day and night, taking in all the carbon dioxide you produce and turning it into life-giving oxygen. My personality is singular. My biodiversity is mind-blowing. My generosity knows no bounds. But then, so does your greed. I give you everything I have for free. I don't want thanks. I just want respect. I want you to stop acting like I'm just bush. I want you to stop treating me like dirt. I want you to see life, not lumber. I want you to always be able to come to me and find your roots, to unwind, and yes, to always be able to breathe deep. That's a privilege many will pay for, but it's not about money. It's about having a future.
At Atlantic Bank, we stand as more than just a financial institution. We are your partners in progress, dedicated to fostering your success by providing tailored solutions to micro, small, and medium enterprises. Your successes are our triumphs, and every success story deserves to be celebrated. We pledge to stand by you every step of the way. Today, we celebrate the values that define you with your unwavering dedication, steadfast commitment, boundless innovation, resolute work ethic, and unyielding ambition. We will navigate challenges, seize opportunities, and continue building the future together.
Make light work lighter and quicker with switch technology from Axi Power Tools. Axi Switch technology breaks the bondage of power cords and grants you the luxury of freedom and precision. Switch one battery across all your Axi line power tools effortlessly, allowing for quick and efficient work. Cut the cords. Choose efficiency with Axi Switch technology. Only at Benny's. Quality and savings.
In 2024, the Belizean Diaspora took over Los Angeles with the first ever Belize Diaspora Summit, and you know the only thing that could be ever better than that is to do it again. Belize Diaspora Summit 2.0. This time it takes place in the state of Florida, Fort Lauderdale Board Convention Center, July 10th, the 11th, the 12th. Belizeans from the diaspora, Belizeans from home in Belize, join together. Let's do it again. 3 days, government services, clinics, business displays, kitty corner, pop-up trivias, panel discussions. There will be highlights for business mixers. There will be a live performance. Racindio, Destiny Wagner is going to be there. There's going to be a live performance of Makobi. And you will have Immigration and Civil Rights Town Hall. Special guest Kenneth Gibson, interview and book reading. There will be a wind-up reception, rhythms and rum. It's happening, Belize Diaspora 2.0, Florida, Fort Lauderdale Board Convention Center. Don't miss it.
Hey Belizean students, ready to unlock your future? The Social Security Board is now accepting applications for its 2025 scholarship program. Whether you're aiming for vocational technical, high school, or an associate degree, this is your chance. To qualify, you must be a born Belizean accepted to a school in Belize, entering high school, trade school, or college for the first time, demonstrate financial need and academic potential. Don't wait! Learn more and apply online today at socialsecurity.org.bz. Deadline is Friday, June 27, 2025. Remember, only online applications are accepted. Unlock new opportunities for success with a scholarship from Social Security.
Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. I tell you, Belizean people really like the history storytelling. I just want to stay. I find my lane now. When I know Carleen, the lone Belizean history do I get. Because I'm really, like, people really like it. And then it shows how much we have one failure within the school system, even with so-called Belizean studies. I know I tell you I have one bias as an African person, racialized as a black person. Then are the stories where I go look for. So give thanks to the people and when text me, make I know that they appreciate the history component. Time to shut up the shop. Can't do that without thanking our callers, viewers, live streamers. We couldn't do this without them, especially the people that we start off the show this morning. And I talk about as Belizean people, we have to hold power accountable, that we accept bad behavior, mismanagement of natural resources, poor governance, that we allow it, so that we have to make the change. Only the people and save the people. And then we had all kind of conversation this morning as it relates to the historical component that I shared, and people call in and share what I know. It's the anniversary this month of the first high school in Belize, Wesley High School, this month in June. Make it 143 years since it opened. Somebody called and tell me first it was only young men who could go to the school, and then later on young women were allowed to go. Anyways, when I come this morning, Roger Rushford, rapper, was a security guard. Now it's Shane Flowers. Here at XTV on the 3rd floor, we have technical director Alexi Belisle. Big thanks for all your help this morning, Alexi. Chief engineer sitting in for Pacliff, we have Harlan Wagner. Thank you, Harlan. And downstairs at XTV, we have Tony G. Thank you, Tony G, for the reggae vibes this morning. This show will repeat at 3:30 this afternoon on XTV. At any time, you could go to XTV Belize Facebook, XTV Belize YouTube channel and listen to any of our lives, listen to past recordings. And remember, from 10 to 11 tomorrow on XTV, we're having the UBAD Educational Foundation and Belize Federation of Fishers Belize Blue Bond Awareness Zoom conversation. And then on, of course, you have Sunday Review from 10:30 to 12. Big conversation. Brother Shabaka from Trinidad and Tobago will be talking about institutionalized racism along with my co-host, Brother Akamotota. And then in the evening, we have the Solidarity with CARD and Haiti Action Committee in recognition of World Refugee Day. Until Monday, Create a Spare Life. Brother Most High should be here next week, and I'll come in next Thursday and Friday for Brother Nuri Muhammad, Create a Spare Life, and we could get up and move. Until then, honor the people and save the people.
Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Another day is here. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. We gotta keep moving. Na. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up, Belize. Wake up, Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. Be yourself, see yourself. This is the show my people. Believe our hopes up to needless reason. Nobody feel left out. It's the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah. No respect on selfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes to obey. And all the things that must happen and not blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. That's why together